welcome your next comic to the stage. Give it up for Catherine Lee.
Good evening, you guys. Let's give it up for Jason again. His pants are so tight. I'm straight, but I can hardly keep my eyes up here. Anyways, it is so nice to be here, you guys. It is 2024, which means it's election year in the United States. And it looks like it's going to be another match between the two octogenarians. And between you and I, there's a tiny part of me that kind of misses Trump. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Joe Biden, but the jokes with Joe just don't hit the same, right? The guy is old as hell. He is like 2 months out from being forced into hospice care. He probably shits in a diaper every morning. It's just too cruel to mock the guy. But Trump, on the other hand, whoo! That is a free-for-all. Do you guys remember when he was president just a few years ago? Every single morning, you'd wake up to a crazy new headline. Trump calls Mexicans all rapists. Trump says he wants to have sex with his daughter. It was like, what the hell is going on? Are you watching what I'm watching? Is the president of the United States actually saying that? And I remember this one time I turned on the TV and lo and behold, there he is mocking a disabled journalist. I'm like, what the hell? Just this morning, I saw a news article, and it says, Stormy Daniels, Donald Trump says, Stormy Daniels reminds me of my daughter, Ivanka. Just to remind you, Stormy Daniels is the stripper that he had an affair with. And apparently, before they had their one-night stand, he told her that he reminded her of her daughter. So I'm wondering how that went during foreplay. Stormy, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Just absolutely beautiful. You remind me of my daughter, Ivanka. The most beautiful girl of all time. Come over here. Come sit on Daddy's lap. You guys know that he has another daughter, Tiffany, right? He never talks about Tiffany. You know why? She's not as hot, right? He doesn't want to have sex with her. And you know what? If I were Tiffany, I'd have some daddy issues too. Like, clearly he has a favorite daughter that he'd rather have sex with, and it's not me. Anyways, it's great to see such a diverse crowd tonight. I'm from Richmond. Is anyone here from Richmond? No? Okay. It feels like I'm in a new country every time I'm in a room and it's not all Asian people, right? And I'm like, this is what white people must feel like when they walk into Richmond Superstore, right? It's like, do, 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 do. All the signs, Chinese, with English subtitle. If we got a white person say, yeah, I agree. Everything, cash only. That's how they let you know where you stand. And you know what? That's fine, because white people only go to Richmond for the food, and they get the fuck out of there, right? Before they get rear-ended by a Ferrari with an N sign, right? And honestly, I don't blame you. Western food is so bland, right? And don't come at me saying I'm racist. I can't be racist. My boyfriend is white, right? That's just not possible. Every time I add a little bit too much black pepper to his food, he starts sweating. He's like, it's too spicy. Pathetic. Look at the UK, for example, right? Those motherfuckers had to colonize the entire world because their own food was so fucking terrible. It's so bland. Just imagine, they fucking colonized India. The land of the spices, the curries, the vindaloos. And what do? They go back home and they eat beans on toast. Like, get your shit together. Right? All that privilege made you guys lazy. Like, you made a deal with the devil. You get some privilege, you have to eat ham and cheese sandwiches for the rest of your life. People like me, we get no privilege. But Chinese food is bomb. Look at Jamaican food. Look at soul food, right? I'm not saying there's a correlation, but think about it. Man, Chinese people, like, we flex in the funniest ways. My parents aren't here to support me. Totally understandable, right? Not a surprise, so I can make fun of her. My mom's friends, whenever they come over, they like to brag about how much money they didn't spend. So it's like, check out my new Coach purse, $299. Original price, $400. Oh yeah? Look at my Coach purse, $199. Got it at the outlet. Yeah. My Coach purse, $5. Richmond Night Market. But I really appreciate Asian parents for telling you shit as it is. No sugarcoating anything, right? You're never gonna have an Asian parent be like, oh, honey, I know that piano recital didn't go quite as well as you expected. That's okay. Your father and I are so proud of you, and you are really talented. No. Or, sweetheart, you want to major in art history? You don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer? That's totally fine. Your father and I will support you every step of the way. You can do anything you want to when you grow up. No. That's bullshit. You know what my grandma said to me when I went to visit her as a 12-year-old, right? The first thing she says to me when I see her after like 5 years, she pulls me into the room and she says, she pinches my arm and she says, 好肥呀, which loosely translates to, how did you get so fat? Keep in mind, I was 12 years old. I've been body shamed before, just not by someone in a wheelchair, right? Her insult doesn't even have the legs to stand on. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.